What's going on, guys? I'm Mighty back again with the weekly Rust Skins videos, and today we have a pretty standard weekly Rust item store. This is what the top sellers is looking like. We got number 1, number 2, number 3. That's the top sellers, and the Frontier Decor pack is still at number 1, which is interesting because I'll just quickly say it now. Like, this garage door is pay to win, the Frontier Rustic garage door. It's a continuation of a set, and the Frontier Decor pack was released like a few weeks ago now, so I'm actually surprised that this is still the top seller, but it is currently the top seller, so you know, it is what it is. All right, we'll get started with the clothing, and this is the Banditos hoodie and the Banditos pants. So usually it's spelled with a D, Banditos, and they are obviously an infamous like bikie gang. And of course, this is supposed to be like some sort of like horse or bikey themed skin. So Wild West by the looks of it. Overall, they're both going for $1.55 each, and I think they are supposed to be going with the theme of the Frontier like DLC that we've just recently got. Look, overall, to be honest, we have pretty similar pants already. We had like some cowboy pants or something like that. I think they were burlap pants, but we might have had some standard pants as well. I think they're quite similar to these Banditos pants. And the hoodie is pretty standard as well. It's just like some red sleeve thing. Like, you're not going to see too much of it when you're wearing the metal chest plate or road sign vest for that matter. Look, $1.55 each is what they're going for. I don't really think they're going to have very high demand, but if you pick them up, I don't think you're going to really lose that much money. Overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in them as a plate. I'm not going to recommend investing in them off the Rust Item store. Even though they are only standard store price, I just don't think they're going to have any demand once they leave the Rust Item store and go to the community market, and so I don't think their price is really going to go up. Picking them up as a play skin as well, I'd recommend just doing that off of the community market, because I do think you could get the Banditos hoodie and pants for cheaper off of the community market with a buy order. And so that is what I'd recommend doing. So overall, not going to recommend investing in either of them off of the Rust Item store for this week. But if you do want to invest in them, then I'd recommend getting the hoodie over the pants, because I do think the hoodie is probably going to sell better than the pants, in my personal opinion. Alrighty, moving over to the hard suit road sign and coffee can gear. So this is interesting because, of course, it is a continuation of the hard suit set, which we have had metal gear for. We've had the road sign gloves and the boots, and we've also had the hoodie and pants. And now we've got the coffee can and the road sign kit. So the set now is actually complete. But the weird thing is, the hard suit set is all going for different prices. So the hard suit helmet is $1.55 for the road sign helmet, and overall it's okay. It looks alright. It looks alright with the clothing and armor and the screenshots as well. The kilt for some reason is $2.30, so that is above standard store price for clothing and armor, whereas the hard suit helmet is standard store price. And then for some reason we have the hard suit vest for $3.05. So I don't really know what the thought process is behind that from Face Punch, making the road sign vest the most expensive item out of the three. In reality, I mean, at least if I was someone working for Face Punch and I thought that I would decide to change the prices of the Rust Item store skins, I'd definitely be making the kilt worth more than the vest and the helmet, but for some reason the vest is actually worth the most out of the three items. So the hard suit helmet is $1.55, the hard suit kilt is $2.30, and the hard suit vest is $3.05. So typically the hard suit kilt, or the kilts in general, will be a more profitable item out of the three, and that is because you don't have a higher tier leg armor besides the heavy armor, and you know, that's actually not really the armor you're going to use while you're roaming. So the hard suit kilt going for $2.30. I don't really think the clothing and armor, or this set in general, will have demand even once this goes to the community market. So these are the final 3 clothing and armor pieces that you needed for the whole set to be complete. So on top of that, there's not going to be anything else coming out for it. So there's not going to be any, spikes for any of these 3 items unless they get manipulated. And so overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the hard suit kilt, and that's because it's above standard store price. Plus, our metal gear is only $1.70, $1.80, and then the hard suit kilt's $2.30. And then your hard suit pants and hoodie are $2.90 and $2.40, which isn't too bad. But even selling for $2.90, you're still not going to make any money. And then if the hard suit kilt goes to $2.90, you're not going to make any money. So not going to recommend investing in the hard suit kilt. Likewise for the hard suit vest, $3.05. I definitely recommend getting the kilt over the vest. In any other situation, including this one, I'm also not going to recommend investing in the hard suit vest. Headset just turned off. Okay, and then finally the hard suit helmet, $1.55. Look, it's not a terrible price. It's actually good because it is standard store price, but I'm still not going to recommend investing in it, and that is simply because I don't think it's going to have any demand once it leaves the Rustam store and goes to the community market. We do already have, as I said, all of the other hard suit stuff out. The cheapest hard suit item is $1.68, but even selling for $1.68, you're still not going to make a profit. If you're buying it for $1.55. So if you do want to try and invest in it, you could try and get it for cheaper off the community market, but honestly, I wouldn't even bother because the demand's not going to be there. You're only going to be making a few cents if you actually do try and do it that way. So not going to recommend investing in that, and I do think it's going to be a waste of time trying to invest in it off of the community market. All right, moving over to the weapons, we'll look at the Pixel Decay LR. This one is $3.05, so standard store price for weapons and tools. And this is a pretty basic looking skin, to be completely honest. So it's just like a pixelated skin, and it is just rainbow. So I don't actually think it's going to have that much demand. It's the first of this skin. I wouldn't be surprised if this did continue, but it's probably not going to have that much demand once it leaves the Rustam store. Also, it's on an LR skin, so the LR is in a weird place at the moment. Where it's not really strong enough to be using as a main gun. It's a gun that's not even craftable, so it is going to be in less Rust users' hands, and then the Rust people that actually, the Rust players that actually can get the LR, probably are just going to continue using their AKs because the AK is just 20 million times better. So not going to recommend investing in the Pixel Decay LR. $3.05 isn't a bad price for it to be at, but still not going to recommend investing in it. Moving over to the Ronin AR, this is a continuation of the Ronin set, and we've had the armor and clothing for this, but I'm pretty sure this might be the first weapon. We might have had an SAR, I don't recall exactly. You guys can check that for yourself. But this Ronin AR is going for $3.85, and that is above standard store price for weapons and tools. Don't know why they decided to make this one more expensive, maybe because it's just a continuation of the set. It's a nice looking AK. For some reason, the skin creator, I think this is Bad Trip skin, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, but didn't add an ADS screenshot. I think that's just the silliest thing you can do when it comes to weapon skins on the Rustam store. You always want to have a screenshot of the ADS. I mean, unless the ADS is completely garbage, then of course you probably don't really want to have it because that's going to be a main selling point. So either this ADS is garbage or the skin creator, I'm pretty sure Bad Trip, has been caught lacking. $3.85 above the standard store price. Overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in it. I don't really think it's going to have that much demand once it leaves the Rustam store and goes to the community market. And I also do think you're going to be able to get it for a bit cheaper off of the community market with the buy order, especially when it is above standard store price. So many AK skins already on the community market pages, in fact, that the demand for AK skins is just spread out so far. And there's also just a lot of, there's not a lot, but there's a few AK skins that pretty much every Rust player really likes, and then that's mainly going to be like the AK skin that they're going to be wanting to buy. So there's a few AK skins that actually have demand, and then there's a whole bunch of other AK skins is what I'm trying to say. All right, so not going to recommend investing in the Ronin AR. Moving over to the tools, we have the Rebirth Hatchet and the Rebirth Pickaxe, both metal tools going for $3.05 each. So thankfully these are the same price. The Pickaxe actually has a pretty cool looking back like blade thing. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not a pickaxe expert. But I actually do like how it looks. It does look like a pretty cool looking pickaxe skin, but unfortunately I think the metal pickaxe is one of the worst tools, sorry, good name, in the game. It's just such a slow piece of trash, and I hate using it. There's a jackhammer in the game. Why are you buying pickaxe skins when you can use a jackhammer? That's what I'm going to say for that. Not going to recommend investing in that one, especially for $3.05. The Rebirth Hatchet. This is also a pretty cool looking skin. Don't really know why it has wires. Not really sure what the go is with that. And it's also very situationally pay to win because it does have that extra little bit of the cutout in the hatchet where you can actually see through. That could potentially help you spot someone out if they were coincidentally behind your hatchet skin, but as I said, extraordinarily situationally pay to win. $3.05, not really worth picking up off the Rust Item store. There's not really any demand these days for metal tools on the community market where they used to be, and that's because we have so many now, and also we do have some quite nice ones. But not only that, lots of people are already using the salvaged hatchet, and as I said, everyone's also already using the Jackie, so no point in using a metal pickaxe, and if you're going to use it, you're not going to be using it for very long. So not going to recommend investing in either of those tools. If you want to get one over the other, I'd recommend getting the metal hatchet over the metal pickaxe, and yes, that was my dog's ears flapping about. All right, moving over to the deployables, we have the Charcoal Stories Furnace. I actually really like this furnace skin. I do like all of these kind of furnace skins where it has like the engraving or charcoal drawing kind of designs on them. I think they look sick, and I think it looks like the glow for this furnace skin is going to be almost the whole furnace, besides like where it's actually been drawn on. And I do think that actually will probably look skits at night. I do think that this could be a good furnace skin, but in saying that, it is going for $3.85. And so I'd recommend trying to pick this up off of the community market with a buy order instead of actually buying it off of the Rust Item store, simply because it is too expensive. Not only that, I also do like that the skin creator has added a cheeky little Easter egg on this skin of an alien on the top panel of the furnace. I actually think that's sick. I like the bottom of the furnace, how it's got another level of art on it where it's the rock, and then it's got a bottom door and stuff like that. Awesome skin, very well made by the skin creator. Yeah, if you want to pick that up as a play skin to support the skin creator, I think that would be a cool thing to do, because that does look like it's had a decent bit of effort put into it. $3.85. I get why the Face Punch team has made that one above stand store price, but in saying that, not going to recommend investing in it as an investment. I do think that you could get it for cheaper off the community market, and that is what I'd recommend to do if you want to try and just pick it up as an investment. Moving over to the final Rust Item store skin of the week, we have the Frontier Rustic Garage Door. Continuation of the Frontier Rustic set now, where we've had the sheet metal door skin last week or the week before, one of the two. I think it was probably going for $4.60 as well, and that is, I just hit my keyboard, my bad. That is going for $6 now. So not doing too bad. It hasn't spiked from the garage door coming out yet, but I'm sure it probably will over the next day or two. Look, overall, this is another pay-to-win garage door skin. So we've got the Chop Shops, we've got the Brutalist, we've got, I think we had another one, last week, and now we've got the Frontier Rustic Garage Door. So I think it's going to be a very common trend now of the garage doors becoming glow garage doors, as that obviously became a trend. But now, on top of that, having the windows, the other skin I was thinking of was a Bombshell garage door. Okay, so the Frontier Rustic Garage Door, I don't think it glows, but it does have its windows. So it is pay to win. It is a good skin. I think the demand for these kind of skins, the windowed garage door skins, is basically anyone that wants a pay-to-win garage door skin is probably just going to buy the cheapest pay-to-win garage door skin with a window. So I think all of them at the moment are going to have demand. So in saying that, I will recommend investing in it, but hear me out. I also do think that it's highly likely that these garage doors are going to continue to come out. We're going to continue to get more windowed garage doors, and I do think we're definitely going to get a better windowed garage door than this one. At the moment, this one has a quite high 2 windows on each side. But I do think, like the Brutalist one, I'm pretty sure the Brutalist one had holes in the bottom as well that you could see through. I do think, like the Brutalist one, you're going to have more garage door skins coming out with more accessible and more visible windows instead of just having like one or two at the same level, especially at a higher level like this one. So I do think in the future there's probably going to be better windowed garage doors, but at the moment I still think all windowed garage doors are going to have a demand if someone wants to buy a windowed garage door. I think it's probably going to be the cheapest one, which does increase the demand of all windowed garage doors. So I do think for that reason, you can make money off of this. In saying that though, I also think you could probably get this for a bit cheaper off the community market if you're lucky. But overall, I would recommend getting the Frontier Rustic Garage Door off of the Rust-Bottom store instead of trying to get off the community market, because I do think you can make money off of the Frontier Rustic Garage Door, especially come Christmas time, January. So overall, I think that's it for this week's skins. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.